Hello, Capricorn. How are we doing? This is your very quick new moon reading for the end of June. If you are Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or have any other Capricorn placement and have a tendency to be practical, organised, quite serious, but definitely good at making money and structuring things and having a very structured approach to things. I know sometimes you can be perceived as boring, but really you're just preparing for the future and ensuring that things are going to be secure and predictable to a degree. But that's a sign of intelligence, of course, isn't it? To be able to order and organise and create your own reality. So, what is going on for Capricorn in this new moon cycle? We have the Emperor in the reverse, the Two of Cups, the Devil, and the Four of Swords in the reverse. What is going on here? Well, the Emperor in reverse can be quite egotistical, wants to have things their way, not necessarily very good at managing things. I mean, the Emperor is very good at managing things, so in reverse he wouldn't be. A little bit out of control, a bit of an out of control personality, someone who thinks they've got big boy or big girl boots on, but maybe haven't actually got the goods to come up with things. Oh dear, sorry, my sound. I just have to switch my sound. I hope that's not messed anything up. So yes, the Emperor in reverse. What is he doing here? Quite controlling, the Emperor in reverse. So you're dealing with someone who had a bit of a problem with their ego, wanting to be large and in charge, in a Two of Cups situation, which ended up as a somewhat toxic connection with the Devil here. Okay, so this person was quite controlling. The Devil is quite controlling, isn't he? And Four of Swords in reverse. Not able to rest, or yes, basically in a situation where rest is needed, but not being able to rest. So yeah, why is this seems to be coming up as past energy of a situation where you had to deal with someone who was quite controlling in a love situation that became a connection that became quite toxic, and got to a point where you needed rest, you needed to heal and to recover, but you weren't offered that opportunity. So if this is the past, then why are we seeing this, and what's happening in the present for Capricorn? Okay, we have the Three of Cups, we have the Ten of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. The Three of Cups talks about either a reunion or some form of celebration, certainly a social event or social situation, but then we have the Ten of Swords immediately following. So yes, I would say that this person, we're obviously very oriented towards the past, which I suppose given a new moon, we do want to look at the shadow. side of things. So maybe this is a bit of an awareness of our shadow and the things that have hurt us in the past, and become part of that. Become part of that set of unconscious behaviors or responses which is necessary for us to heal. Quite a dark reading so far, this. There was love, but it was very much tainted with difficulties. 3 of Cups, 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. So yes, we have this quite materialistic person who betrayed you, possibly going off to celebrate with other people. I think it was the fact that they went off and had a little party with their friends while you were trying to give to the situation that made it quite toxic. So this person, I don't think, yes, there's the Emperor in reverse is that person. Not really caring about anybody else's feelings, are they? Leaving you with these swords in your back, feeling like it was some kind of competition, and that, you know, they needed to defeat you or beat you at something, leaving you to become the King of Pentacles, essentially, to focus on your wealth, on your money, on your abundance, and to go off and build something of your own. So what else can we say about the past then? Tower in reverse, Strength, Page of Swords. In the process of this has already happened, clearly, the Tower. So in the process of getting over the fact that this was built on an unstable foundation, and now starting to build your own stable foundation. The relationship from the past was never going to work. We have the Strength card, which is about taming those toxic elements in ourselves, and that was needed to be able to overcome the crumbling of this relationship. And the Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords here, I wonder, though? Possibly having to educate oneself. Okay. The Page of Swords is educating oneself as regards to this healing process. So, okay. The toxicity and the hurt and the betrayal and the fact that this person almost kind of treated this relationship as a competition, where you obviously treated the relationship as something where you should be equally giving each other your love, caused you to take an awfully long time to heal, and you had to educate yourself about the healing process, you know, to open up those books and possibly relook at things which you may have learned in the past a long time ago, which you're now needing to because the books are very old. So this sense of having to dig out old patterns which did work for you, which you had maybe before this toxic relationship came about. And you see how he's holding the dandelion clock there. We call this a dandelion clock in England. I don't know what you call it in America, but as all of those, as the wind blows all of these small parts of the flower away, there your toxicity is being blown away by your attainment of of knowledge, or you're maybe in some sense reminding yourself of the knowledge that you once had. So this has been a learning journey, and a journey which required a great amount of inner strength as well. So what do we have about this situation with this person then, with the Three of Cups and the Ten of Swords? So we have Temperance, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, look at this, and the High Priestess. 3 major arcana, indicating very strongly that this was a series of fated events, that this was to somehow tied up with your destiny, was meant to happen in some way, shape or form, probably for your own evolution. Look at the red. The red is a constant theme throughout those cards. So yes, very much blood red in terms of the depth of passion and possibly the blood, sweat and tears which it took to come to this point of balance, of balancing the wild and the tame parts of yourself, aligning yourself with your higher purpose. So the red umbrella there, indicating shelter from spirit and from source, and also access of your higher self through the process of karma, very much linked in with the heart here and the emotions. And yes, that karma, I think this speaks to the idea that a lot of our emotions are determined in a causal manner according to our memories of our past and also of our karma. And so, yes, very much the working through the system, or the karmic system, or the sort of material realm, being bound by the material realm, and having this physical and corporeal being which is bound into this material reality, and thereby bound by the laws of cause and effect with regard to emotions. So the fact that our emotions are caused by things that have happened in our past, and becoming aware of that and having to overcome that, and the High Priestess with very much becoming aware of one's own intuition, and in a sense peeking behind the curtain of this material reality. So there's definitely an ascension process that's occurred here, and I think ultimately having to stay silent about your evolution has obviously taken a lot of strength. There is a lot of major arcana. We've got the Tower, we have the Devil, the Emperor, the Temperance, the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess. So there's a lot of sort of like destined energies, I think, occurring here. So we have the Three of Swords in reverse, which is about forgiveness of the person that hurt you to a degree. Some would say reconciliation, but I think more so reconciliation of the things that have led you to this point, and that this is true for yourself and for this other person, that previous karma has determined both of your actions in this relationship. And so in that knowledge can be a forgiveness of the pain which was inflicted upon you, and therefore a healing of that pain. Renewing one's hope. Oh my God. The Star, the Hierophant, and the Magician. Holy moly. There's a lot of extremely powerful energy in this connection, but also in you, Capricorn. I think a lot of what's happened here is definitely very much like a kind of hero's journey of self-discovery. And clearly this is something which your higher self has orchestrated as having to happen, potentially in order to facilitate the accelerated working through of karma for both yourself and this other person. You've obviously brought a lot of very powerful energies into this other person's life as well. So yes, a renewal of hope, a renewal of the idea that you are a part of, we are all stardust. You're a part of the all conscious being that we could call God. We are creators ourselves, and you are a creator, and you are a divine being. And perhaps through this process, rediscovering the truth of that. The Hierophant, which speaks to obtaining a higher level of knowledge and wisdom and an understanding about the way the world is. To a degree, relying upon not necessarily traditions here, but I think this knowledge, this body of knowledge, which exists in the world and is available to us now on YouTube and on the internet at the touch of a button. The knowledge of our own human nature, so that we can learn about our role in the karmic process and the types of things that can occur there. And we have the Magician, which is all about manifesting the reality that you want through relying on this type of knowledge about, for example, the law of attraction, how to manifest things. The fact that and the concept that we are all creators of our own reality, which obviously the Magician is very much so. So yes, a difficult journey, clearly, that's brought you here, but I think possibly the takeaway from this is that a lot of these events were written in the stars, so to speak. So let's have a final oracle card. I did say this would be a quick reading. It's not really that quick, is it? But anyway, never mind. Okay, so we have Deep Knowing and To the Sea. They've come out in reverse, but with the Deep Knowing, I would say this is about not ignoring the things that you know to be true. And I'm sure, looking back with hindsight into this relationship, you could see a lot of the red flags, a lot of the things that you did actually know. You had that deep knowing, but maybe you had ignored it. And so, be careful not to ignore. And I don't think you will from now on. I think that with the High Priestess here, it's showing that your intuition is much more heightened than it ever was, with the balance that comes from the Temperance. I think as well you've learned to be more attuned to the signals that are coming from your own intuition and from Source and Spirit and guardian angels and whatever other beings you receive your knowledge from, whatever other sources of knowledge you use. So To the Sea is about being in flow, returning to source, there we go, recognizing how pieces fit together and a natural pattern of events. I think that's pretty much exactly what we've been talking about here. When external conditions appear to block every attempt to move forward, there is no hidden message for you to decipher. Like the ocean, the tides of experience ebb and flow. You are in a natural cycle, so know that things will flow again in due course. There is no cause for alarm. Stop resisting and fighting against the situation and learn to flow, even when the tide is going out. Relax and trust in the abundance that will soon be within your reach again. An ancient mariner's saying applies to you now. When fishermen cannot go to sea, they stay home and repair their nets. Yes, that's pretty much exactly what we've been saying, I think, in this reading. And so I think the message is very much that while we may be taking this time in the new moon to take stock of the things that have happened in the past, this is all part of the process. I hope this helps. See you next time, Capricorn.